but we ended here, right? We were talking about the neurotransmitters, the chemicals that are involved in kissing, sort of the process, how kissing is related to arousal, and getting into the human sexual response. We talked about all these different factors. I'll just kind of bring your attention back to oxytocin as well, because we've touched on that many times. Comes from the posterior pituitary, it secretes it, causes feelings of bonding and connectedness. That actually happens with kissing. It doesn't have to be just kissing though, right? As we've already talked about. This could be even like human touch, hugging, any of those kind of sensual closeness, physical contact. Usually it's with another human being. But also there's oxytocin release and feel good and pleasure and bonding, even when you pet an animal. Is that what you're going to say? Yes? Okay. Petting an animal, like care, that factor of like, you know, there's care animals that are specifically for that, and that component is purely coming from your brain and making you feel like, it's like a stress reliever, it's a connected sort of happy feeling. So all these things are involved in kissing. Okay, so continue further foreplay, giving effective erotic stimuli to a partner, to each other. Effective means open expression of emotions, communication, consideration of the time, place, style, all that stuff. This is not always done, of course. I'm saying this is in general. To be effective, that is the way that it happens. Foreplay has a dramatic effect on the human sexual response, aka the human sexual experience, right? Sex. And we're going to go through those 4 major phases. There's a study that actually found previously, and other studies have replicated the findings. 1 to 10 minutes of foreplay actually leads to about 40% of women achieving orgasm during coitus. Is this weird?
Yeah, you said 1. No, my instant response was 1.
Hell no! That's fine. 1 to 10, so anywhere in that frame from 1 to 10, that was the overall average number of women that were able to achieve orgasm with that amount of foreplay. And kissing is part of that, okay? 12 to 20 minutes, 50% of women. So what I want you to see is the increase, right? There's a correlation here. We're looking at the numbers. Greater than 20 minutes, so 21 minutes plus, 60% of women. Okay, someone tell me what the correlation is.
More positive correlation.
Okay, Lauren said this positive correlation, and you're going to say?
I was going to say the longer the foreplay, the higher the likelihood of orgasming.
There we go. The longer the length of time of foreplay, the greater the chance for female orgasm. Yes? I think a lot of people know this. A lot of people don't. I don't know. I mean, but there's research. There's research that actually supports this exactly, okay? Some of these are weird images, I realize. I'm just trying to illustrate little things here. Mild pain. It's an awkward hand hanging on the wall.
Oh,
No.
yes.
Okay, other types of erotic or arousing stimuli, because we talked a lot about kissing and the neurotransmitters of kissing, but mild pain, things like nibbling, biting, pinching, scratching, patting, light slapping, all these different things. Different strokes for different folks. People, some people like certain things, some people don't. But these are sort of in the broad category of types of arousing stimuli, okay? Some cultures around the world, believe it or not, there's biting of the eyebrows. They do like bite, you like clamp on, when people get a piercing, and kind of bite onto the eyebrow. Yeah, like biting. Well, I have a biting of a lip here, but biting an eyebrow is a thing in certain cultures. Poking of the ears. Poking and messing with the ears. It's another thing. The reason I'm doing this is because we are all sort of, I don't know, we're very centric to where we live and the norms in society. Hello, guys. The norms in society of where we at. But around the world, there's differences. There's variance, right? It's not all exactly the same everywhere you go. But this in general sort of holds up. There are also abnormal variants and things that are arousing. So that means things that are arousing to individuals and kind of awaken their sexual human response cycle in different ways. So some of these, yes, I realize these are kind of trigger things here and there. These are considered aberrant or abnormal. They're outside of the norm, but there is a small percentage of people that will find some of these aspects of things like there's bestiality, right, with animals, violence, defecation, urination, children, right, that's pedophile, that's all of that, which is illegal, right? Defecation, urination, arousing, stimuli, not involved, that's not illegal, but many of these factors are. Deceased, that's necrophilia and arousal or excitement from deceased bodies. So there's all kinds of things that for some individuals, and a lot of times they have a diseased mind, there's effects in the brain and differences in the brain while they find certain things sort of erotic or stimulating. So that is not the norm, right? That is outside, that's a variant that's way on one side of the end of the spectrum of arousal. The other ones we previously talked about are more of the common cases. So types of coitus. Coitus in Latin just means coming together. Okay, so coitus means coming together. It's usually a vehicle for expression of emotion and intimacy for many. Okay? Coitus means sexual intercourse. So coitus, coming together, sexual intercourse, that's another word for it. And there's many actual types, different types of coitus, you could say, or intercourse. Was there a question specifically on?
What?
It's okay. Should I stop it?
Maybe.